Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of City Skylines in the city of ARK VILLE. Today's episode is a fast-paced, shortened video created from over 5 hours of recorded footage. In this episode, we will expand on our city and start building in the new area we created a couple of episodes back. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Currently, we are in the high school area next to the metro exchange station. I wanted to finish this area before I moved on. I started by placing a parking asset as you would expect around a school. Then I used Move It to move the clinic on the other side of the road. A mix of service buildings and some commercial is my plan for this area. I did the same to the child healthcare building. Then to fill the gap, I placed a commercial building and aligned it to the police station. Then to finish off the area, I placed a parking asset for the police station. This parking needs to be separate for police cars and other confiscated vehicles. I used surface network to cover the concrete edges and height differences to give the area a polished look. Coming back to the police station, I placed some fences, another covered parking and finished off with some trees and bushes. After placing the fence, I began filling up this small piece of area left. I placed a pedestrian path to provide access from the main road to the high school on this side. As I did with other service buildings, I moved the elder care building closer to the pedestrian overbridge and to improve accessibility to this facility. After placing, I realized a part of the building was on the road, so using Bob, I removed the gazebo. Once I was happy with the placement of the building, I began detailing and finished up the pedestrian overbridge area. This area is going to be super busy when the residential buildings in the area increases. To clean up the metro station, I placed a ploppable pavement tile and using PO adjusted the edges to align to the ground, and then placed a clipping surface to clean up the pavement tier. The clipping surfaces are really helpful in removing these weird decal tears you get in the game sometimes. I then placed the fire station at the back of the clinic and used Move It to align it properly. To fill the remaining space, I used a commercial building and converted it to a procedural object, and then resized it to occupy the space properly. Using block services, I made it a working commercial building again. A building, when converted to a PO, loses its functionality, so you need block services to make them functional again. I then placed a small parking asset next to this building and finished up the square by using surface painter. Next up, I created a supermarket area. I have downloaded a New Zealand asset called Countdown, which is a supermarket chain here in New Zealand. I began by terraforming and then placed hedges to provide the housing units some privacy. There will be two separate access roads, one for service and supply vehicles and the other for private cars. Using Move It, I moved the service road close to the main road. After placing the asset, I rotated the building so that the rear faces the service road. Then I placed a front road and again extended it close to the main road. This should be enough commercial for this area. The rest I will fill with parking spaces. I will join you after a quick time lapse. With the parking area completed, I detailed the area firstly with some billboards on either side of the main road. After that, using Traffic Manager, I banned service vehicles and trucks from the main entry road and vice versa on the service road. Then I used Building Spawn Point mod to alter the spawn points for the commercial buildings. I created separate spawn-despawn points for passenger vehicles and service trucks. This way, we will keep the passenger and the supply vehicles in the areas separate. To finish up the area, I started to detail the area. I placed some trees around, created a new pedestrian connection from the overbridge for easy access from the metro interchange station. Then I upgraded the main road at the service vehicle side to asymmetric roads to provide dedicated turns. I placed some bushes around the parking area and placed some cycle stands, coconut trees and some more props to fill up the area. With the commercial taken care of, it was time for me to start working on a new residential area. Up till now, we have been placing low residential buildings. Now we will slowly transition onto taller, high residential buildings as we go further into the valley. I started by placing a couple of multi-story flats. There is a sloped area, so need to handle the sloping terrain as well. On the other side, I decided to go for custom PO buildings. This helps me get better control of the look I am going for. I can always create one set of PO building and copy it using Move It. Once I got the size right, I copied it to the other squares I wish to fill. There were still few adjustments that had to be made, like height adjustments and adjusting the asset itself to handle the sloping terrain. I also used stairs where the height of the building was higher than the road height. Once I was happy with the height and looks, I placed some residential block services to make them operational. These block services are 1 by 1 in size and work like any other building and keep upgrading as the game goes on or as you provide more resources or services. Then I moved towards the small pocket of space left behind the child healthcare. I placed some more commercial buildings and used surface painter to finish off the area. After this, I copied the PO buildings over to 2 more squares, covered the terrain with some surface painter. For detailing, I placed some trees at the front of the building. Next, I moved to the pavement area near the high school. This is going to be a super busy area for pedestrians. I detailed the area with some surface painter. With that completed, I placed some more props like advertising pylons, some decals, and some round benches. Moving on, with the residential filling up, I decided to place a parking facility for the area. I placed a couple of 8x3 parkings. For the space between the parkings, I placed pedestrian path and lined it up with trees and bushes on both sides. In the next square, I placed a neighborhood park and detailed it with some trees and fences. This should help us get the happiness level up and raise the land value. Then I placed some more high residential assets. These are 3x4 in size and should leave us some space between the buildings. I placed 4 in each square. To fill in the gap, I used surface painter and placed some parking decals and some trees. Towards the extreme right, next to the parking space, I decided to place a hospital. Being close to the metro station, Sims should have easy access, and that should help us keep up with the medical needs of our population. I continued placing some more high-rises and flat units as we moved to the parking area. After using surface painter to fill the area between, I placed some parking decals. Then I moved to the last remaining square just opposite the hospital. I placed some 4x4 commercial to fill in the space. That completes the area. To provide quicker access, I built some more pedestrian crossings from our metro station. This should help our Sims cross the road easily and avoid any hold-up due to Sims crossing at the main junctions. Next, I wanted to build a custom pedestrian access in the area right to the Eldekia building. Let's go into a time lapse and I will be back where we place some more residential buildings. Next up, I wanted to place some more residential buildings towards the hill. I began by clearing the forest. This should help me see the terrain properly. I used terraforming tool to first level the area and then to slope both ends of the area so that we are able to connect the area with roads and the roads are not too steep. To cover the height differences and to give the area a more terraced look, I placed a custom key wall I downloaded off Steam Workshop. This is the one with a fence. I placed the wall and used Move It to adjust the heights. After that, I placed a narrow two-way road parallel to the wall and connected it to the nearest road. For assets, I chose medium height, high residential buildings. I placed them in pairs to create a unique shape. For the last building, I had to use PO due to the sloping ground, and that marked the end of today's build. Next is the cinematics of today's build. The city of ARK VILLE has expanded a lot since we began. Today's build has been really enjoyable. Our supermarket area is operating well and serves to the commercial needs of the area. Being close to the metro station, it draws a lot of people. The metro station is a very busy one and is helped a lot by well-connected pedestrian paths. Apart from the metro, we also have few bus routes serving the area. Moving towards the new residential zone, I am really happy with the choice of assets. The area has heaps of services, entertainment, and well connected by public transport. I love the slow transition in terms of the skyline. The taller residential buildings on the left look really good being so close to the hill. So that's it for today, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I really hope you have had a wonderful Christmas and a new year. So until then, this is Diplo signing off.